Hi, my name is Reverend Dale Brown, and I get to be senior pastor here at Community Church and also of the cooperative parish churches that we partner with, known as Bates United Methodist Church and Trinity United Methodist Church in Newark, Maryland. One of the things I like most about Christmas are the Christmas stories. I love Christmas stories, and of course the greatest story of all is the story from the Gospels about the birth of Jesus. Well, one of my very favorite Christmas stories is written by a man named O. Henry, and it's entitled The Gift of the Magi. One year in New York, there was a couple, and they were very, very poor. They had a small apartment where they lived together, and they eked out a meager living with hard work, dedication, and they had few cherished possessions between the two of them. Stella's cherished possession was her hair. She had beautiful hair, and she spent hours in front of the mirror, and she primped and posed and did everything she could to accentuate that important part of her life, for beauty. Her husband's favorite, most cherished possession was his watch chain. It had been a family heirloom, and he loved it, and it brought back great memories of a wonderful childhood. Christmas came, and neither had much money. In fact, they kind of ruffled through the sofa trying to find extra change, and I think they came up with not enough for either person to buy a gift for the other. Stella, in her thinking, because she loved her husband so deeply, decided that the greatest asset she had would be her hair. And she went to a beautician, and she had her hair cut, and she sold it to get enough money to buy her husband a gift. And she had known all along that what she wanted to get him was a watch chain to match the beauty of his watch. And so that's just what she did. Now, Stella was still a very beautiful woman, but her hair was short because she'd gotten that haircut. And her husband decided that the best thing he could do was to sell that watch, to pawn it, to get the money from it, and to go and buy combs for Stella's hair. He loved his dear wife so much, he would have given everything and anything. In fact, he gave his best for her in the same way that Stella gave her best for him. So O. Henry tells the story as it comes to a close by saying that these two showed love by giving away all that they had for the other. Can you imagine his surprise when he came home and his Christmas gift, of which he was so proud and so appreciative of having enough money to buy for his dear beloved wife, these combs, and she met him at the door with short hair, not enough hair to care or use the combs at all. And she laughed. And she presented him with his gift, and it was this beautiful watch chain for a watch he no longer owned or possessed. O. Henry says they both cried and they hugged and loved and kissed each other because of the great depth of their love. And to me, the greatest sentence in this whole story comes at the end. O. Henry writes something to the effect, "These are the Magi, for they know how to give gifts of love. They know how to give good gifts. They know how to give themselves." We think of the Magi as bringing gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and it's likely that these three gifts provided for the Holy Family while they were sojourning in Egypt because of Herod's desire to kill baby Jesus. But they gave their gifts out of love. And it wasn't just something extra. It was the very best they had. their most prized possession. That because of love, they sacrificed. How often do we do that? What would our lives and our world be like if people loved and cared about others so much that they gave the very best they had? Giving gifts isn't a fun thing, but receiving the best gift of all in the person of Jesus Christ is the best thing. May God bless you and your family at this holiday season. And even more than that, may you receive the great gift of Jesus into your heart and lives. God bless. Amen.